Just a quick one before we dive in. I've just opened up 2 brand new ways to work with me. If you're an established beauty professional who's ready to increase your revenue, either in your clinic or by moving into the online mentoring and educational space, you can join me for a 2-month container where we build and validate your first online offer or your next big move. Or if you're ready to go all in, there is a 7-month private mentorship where we build, launch and scale your new revenue stream together. If you're not sure which one's right for you, I'm offering a handful of free business clarity calls, quick and powerful to map out your fastest path and to see which container fits best. Just DM me the word revenue on Instagram or check the link in the show notes and email me. Let's get into the episode.
Welcome to the Beauty Build podcast with me, Zara King. As a coach for beauty pros, it is my mission to help you earn more, work less, and create an unstoppable mindset. This is the show where we explore all of that. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting your beauty business, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, and join us on the journey. And for more, get yourself inside my private community, The Beauty Build on Facebook.
Hello, you gorgeous human you, and welcome back to another episode. Thank you so much for being here. I am literally getting ready to head out to the Scratch Stars party tonight. I am wearing a lovely silky green dress, similar to last year actually, but a little bit lighter green, a little bit slightly different. That's ready. I have not got anything else ready. I've just literally tinted my eyebrows and I did my nails very, very quickly the other day. And of course, they are sparkly because it is an awards ceremony that we're going to. Anyway, I felt called to record this podcast episode because actually, if you don't know that I have been writing for Scratch magazine this year, that is what I do. I have also been a judge for them last year and this year, just so you know. Basically, somebody said to me, oh, you should do a podcast episode on what you look for as a judge. And I thought, you know what? That's a very good idea. And I hadn't recorded it up until now because I've been busy doing other recordings. And then I thought, today's the day I'm going to the party. The husband has taken the children over to his mother's house. I'm on my own. I thought, you know what? What a great time to record. I've got a few hours to get ready. How lovely. So here I am and I'm giving you this, I'm giving you this episode because it is my second year judging, and honestly it does feel surreal. When I first of all got asked to be a judge last year, I was like, wow, this is a massive pinch me moment. This is super blooming exciting. And it is not a thing that I take lightly, by the way. If you know me, if you've seen my social media before, I am so grateful to be given these opportunities. I really, really am. But what I want you to know is that it is no easy feat. It is a massive job. I take it super seriously. I take like days out of my diary just to get my judging done. And I honestly need you to know that it isn't easy to do this job, and I don't think any of the judges would say to you that it was easy and that it wasn't time consuming and that it wasn't super serious. It is all taken very, very seriously, okay? Just so you know, because I think you should know that. But tonight, of course, we're heading into London. It's going to be a big celebration, loads of connection. That's the most exciting thing about going to these places, is that there's super loads of connection. I get to see the faces that I only know through Instagram and go and say hi, give people cuddles. And I get to, see people that I've seen in the industry for years and reconnect and have a chat, because we don't get to see each other unless it's at events like these. So we might not have seen each other for a whole year unless I've seen them on Zoom or something, And the most important part, obviously, is we get to see who wins. And I can't blooming wait. I love to see who wins. It's so exciting. Everybody cheers for everybody. It's really nice. And I think the industry is just super amazing when there's an event like this. It's like super fun and everyone is just there to support each other. And there's just a massive energy boost. It's super fun. It's like when I walked in, I think the first time I ever went to Scratch Awards, I was meeting up with a few different faces. It was like after all the lockdowns and it was so exciting to get out. It was like the first one since lockdowns. And everyone was just so happy and excited to be out and to be together and to be at a party. Last year, the vibe was, I think it's going to be the same as this year because it's the same place. The vibe was all like round tables, glitz and glamour, really gorgeous. And yeah, it's just amazing. And yeah, you'll love it. You should come. If you have not got tickets for one of these events before, you should do it next year because it is so good. But obviously, it's there for us to recognise that there is so much hard work that goes on in the industry. I don't know if I've said this, but in case you don't know what the Scratch Stars Awards are, it's the nail industry awards here in the UK, just in case you're listening from the other countries that tune into this, because I know that you're all out there. So that is what it is. And yeah, I'm really excited to get ready, but I thought, let me just do an episode as well about why being a judge for me is a massive honour. You know, like, I've been in this industry for 14 years and I've put in so much hard work in my own skill and craft, especially when it comes to nails, by the way. Like, I have trained in advanced techniques. I'm not a competition artist. I have done the advanced techniques, but I'm not like crazy shapes and stuff. The people that do that type of thing, I'm like, wow. Absolutely wow in this industry. The artwork that goes on, the skill, the craftsmanship, it is insane. And it is so deserved of this. Is that a word? It is so well deserved to like have these huge award ceremonies and things. It's so good. But for me personally, being a judge, like I said a minute ago, it is a massive responsibility. It's like they trust me to have my eyes on this entry, you know, to be fair and to be a really good industry helper and have all this insight. There is nothing close to it, I promise you. And I take it so seriously. And, you know, you want to lift everybody up. When you're looking at these entries, you're really looking to see, wow, what have they created and how can we reward that? And you really want the best to win. You really do. Like, there's no ego in it. There's no there's no politics in it. You're literally looking to see who is the best and honestly, the finalists, the competition is so high. The competition is insane. It's so close. I remember last year judging and I was like, who the heck is going to win these categories? I had 2 categories last year. I've got 2 categories this year. And you just think, and I can't tell you, by the way, which categories I've ever done because I'm not allowed, which I think is such a good thing, by the way, of course. But yeah, you sit there at the awards night and you get so excited, especially if you know certain people who are in different categories and they're your friends and like you want to sort of like see if they win. It's so exciting. And and then you get to see who wins, and it's just the best part of it. It really, really is. And yeah, you get to reward that and be a part of that. And it's like, wow, they trust me to do that and to help the industry. I just absolutely love it. I really do. I'm so grateful for the team at Scratch and for Helena for letting me do these things. I get super grateful and I just love it so much. It means that I get to be a part of it all. But I remember as well, like, I entered the Scratch Awards, I can't remember how many years ago. I used to wonder, like, who would the judges be? What were they like? And now being on that side of it, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And I remember hearing about Scratch Stars Awards through other nail tech friends of mine. And back then I was like, wow, like the winners are so freaking good, like so good. And I remember I entered, I think it was like Gel Tech of the Year years ago. And just entering makes you feel like you're up leveling. It's insane what it does to your mindset, because when you read through, if you've not entered a Scratch Awards before, like I would say to enter, of course I would, but if you haven't and you're wondering like what the entry process is like, when you fill in the initial form to enter, oh my goodness, the amount of sort of like in-depth questions there are. And you know, you don't want to do it half-assed, you really don't. But I'm going to get into that. I'm going to give you some idea on what I actually look for as a judge and stuff, because I think that's probably what you're all here for. But even when I entered, I was like, I'm up leveling just by filling out this blooming form. Like, it's making me think deeply about what I do in the industry and what I do for my business and what I do for my clients and how I look after myself and my space. And, you know, Gel Tech of the Year that I entered that year, it was like, I didn't realise that they'd be asking me questions about, I can't remember them off like properly, if you know what I mean, because it's been a long time, but the questions were in depth and they were about other things than just gel. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, wow, this is so in depth. And it really did make me feel like just the experience of entering that form made me feel so good. And when you've entered, it's so nice because you get that little social media asset for you to post on your socials to say, I've entered, you know, and it's just so much fun. So I would just say even entering is like a massive milestone for people, because it's in depth and it's incredible and it's fun to share and to get involved in the industry. But obviously, like I said a minute ago, I cannot reveal to you the exact categories that I have judged, but I can tell you a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes so that you know, firstly, it's all anonymous, it's all fair, and it's all really, really thorough. You know, we are looking at every single detail. It depends on the category, obviously, but if you can imagine, if you're doing in-person days where you are being judged on your technique and your finish, there's creativity involved, there's theme interpretation involved. Some entries will literally make your jaw drop. It's insane. Some obviously also surprise you with how clever they are and all the exciting things that they've got going on alongside their business. It's so humbling, honestly, because there's so much talent in the industry, and Scratch Stars Awards has such an array of entries, that array of categories. I think it's like 12 or something. It might even be more now. And so there is just so much that you kind of see. And obviously I've only done what I've judged, but you still get to see on the night of the awards, you still get to see all the finalists for each category. Then you get to see who wins, and you can just see like all these different categories and what goes in. It's just a lot. But what I would say, and what I actually look for when I'm judging, just so that you've got an idea of how deep things go, and just so you can understand that in a competition and also in business, you know what my motto is about standing out from the crowd and having an unstoppable mindset and earning more and working less and all the rest of it and building yourself up. It all comes through with things like this. Like, I always preach to you to like try and be the best you can be, and that is what it is that I'm looking for. Personally, when I'm judging a competition, I am looking for you to submit in your work like it absolutely matters. If somebody has entered and there's bullet points and there's like really short answers and things, I'm like, nah. Nope. If there's so much clarity on what you do, and it could be any question, by the way, I can't obviously tell you different questions or whatever, but it could be any question that you answer. I want clarity. I want presentation as well, by the way. If there's photos or if there's videos being submitted, if there's whatever, I want good lighting. I want it to be as clear as possible that your work has truly mattered. And if you do think about like being clear, and that means through what you're writing and what you're showing, it helps us all judge really fairly, right? You do not want to be the person that submits something where there is a bit of a grainy photo, or you think, oh, I could have done that a bit better. Do it. Take the time to do it properly. Get the good lighting, get the good everything. Be crystal clear in your wording. Make sure you reread everything, reread it. There's times when I have seen so many different grammatical errors or spelling errors, and I think, I'm not going to like be a cow here, but you should be taking this seriously and you should be rereading. Do you know what I mean? I think that's like the bare minimum. I'm looking for is work, for example, clean, clear, consistent. I'm looking for, without giving anything away, I don't want to get told off for this, but I'm looking for your creativity. I'm looking for passion. Do you know what it is I'm looking for? I'm looking for the person that is literally the best out of this category, as in who has taken it the most seriously, who has given us the most support and evidence, who has poured their heart and soul into this, whatever category it was. Because that energy is what comes through when I'm looking through anything I've got to look through for a category. That is what I'm going to say. So yeah, I'm thinking almost like, let's just try to wrap this up into a few bullet points. I am looking for the passion. Okay, that's the first thing. I'm looking for the passion. I'm looking for somebody who has definitely made it clear that this matters to them and they've poured their heart and soul into it. I'm looking for, the second thing is for the person who is taking this seriously, not just for themselves and their business, but also for the industry. That is the second thing that I would say. I am personally looking for somebody that isn't just out for themselves, but they have got something in their entry that shows me that they are there for the bigger picture, that they are there for the industry and for getting better and better and helping and bringing up the industry. That's the second thing that I'm looking for. And then obviously, just to wrap it up in 3, there's more that I'm looking for, but just to wrap it up for the third thing, it is definitely the quality of what they are submitting. So like I said, making sure that you've done it right, rereading, or if it's photos or videos, making sure they are of a really good quality and that everything is crystal clear. And actually, the last thing as well that I think I should let you know is that everything needs to be cohesive. I have seen some people that will submit an entry and the supporting evidence doesn't necessarily support the initial entry form. That is annoying. And so you really want to make sure that everything you are submitting is cohesive, everything is clear, everything ties through. So that's another one for you as well, so that you know what I'm kind of looking for. But yeah, that's it really. I'm looking for the person that really, really wants this and wants to show us that they're passionate about it all. So I hope that makes sense without giving away absolutely anything, 'cause of course we can't. But you know what the most important thing is with this? It is the mindset. I know that there is a fear or there is a stigma. There is a story that we tell ourselves about entering a competition. Whether it's some people that say it's all politics, or some say it's really cliquey in the industry. Some people don't feel good enough to enter. And honestly, I do get it. I understand the competition is fierce. I put it on my stories this year when I was doing my judging. I was like, guys, this year, oh my goodness. Last year it was close. This year, my goodness, it was fierce. And guess what? That fear is totally valid. Because if you're scared to enter, damn right you should be. The competition is crazy. But this is the thing, you do not enter these competitions to win. You enter to grow as a person. I have said it before, I will say it again. Your business will only grow as much as you do as a person. So you want to enter these things. I've said it throughout this episode as well. But you want to see what goes in. You want to understand how it changes your mindset. You want to put your work out there. You want to take some feedback. You want to stretch yourself. You want to grow that comfort zone that you're stuck in. You want to stretch your skills. You want to actually back yourself and say, I've got this. I can do hard things. You can do hard things. But when you enter from that place, you're going to perform even better anyway, because you're trying not to be attached to the outcome. You're thinking, I just want to grow as a person. I want to see what goes on behind the scenes. I want to go to the events. I want to be there on the day where I've got to do whatever it is for that category. I want to put in all of this work and just actually feel what it's like. You're going to grow anyway. And when you're not attached to the win, you're going to reap the benefits of all of those aspects of it. If you just went in, you were just so attached to the win and you didn't win, the negative amounts of things that you would come back and say, it was scary, everyone was better, I didn't perform well enough, the judges were harsh, this, that and the other, it's politics. No, don't be the victim. Be the person that wants to grow as a person, and you will grow. And the thing is as well, don't keep waiting. I hear this all the time. I'm not going to enter this year. I'm going to enter next year. I'm not going to enter now. I'm going to enter next year. I would just do it. If you know that one day you want to enter competitions, just start now, because you will kick yourself for waiting. You're never ready to do anything in this life and in business. So stop waiting, because you'll be waiting forever. Your growth has to start now. You can't keep putting things off. So get on with it. If there's a competition that you want to enter, not Scratch Stars or whatever, go and enter it. If you do want to enter Scratch Stars, enter for 2026. Get involved. You're gonna love it. I promise. And I hope I've explained that it's not politics. It's not cliquey. It's not, and also, one point I'd like to make is that if you want to see a shift in the industry, if you want a positive industry, if you want goodness, if you want people to be great, be that person. Like that quote that says you have to be the change you want to see. Well, if that is the case and you do feel like it's a bit too cliquey or a bit too, then be the change you want to see and start showing up to these things and being the person that's not cliquey. Start being the person that puts themselves in the room and lights it up. Do that. I would love that for you. I'm that person with you. Let's do it together. So that's it. I mean, we're going to go to the party today. It's all going to be the glitz. It's all going to be the glamour, and it's going to be emotional for the winners. And I love seeing the winners announced. And I've said this 5,000 times on this episode, but some are so shocked. Some literally burst into tears. Some people are just beaming. They can't even bring themselves to say anything. They don't know the words to say. It is so emotional for them and their teams and the people that are there to support them. It is honestly beautiful. And I always say this, like, when good people come together, it is so damn gorgeous. I love it. And you know what as well, even if you were a finalist, if you're listening to this, because obviously this won't be actually airing until after the event, because it's going to be in the line of the next few scheduled episodes. If you were there tonight, if I saw you, if we spoke, thank you so much for coming over and speaking to me. I'm grateful for you. If you were there and you were a finalist and you didn't win, you're still a winner. You entered, you got to the finalist stage and you showed up to the event. That is a win, okay? Just entering is a win, and you are part of something bigger for this industry and you're lifting it up, and I love that for you. And I want you to always keep doing that. Don't let not winning stop you from entering again. You've always got to keep doing these things, okay? And as I've said before, to anyone who is listening to this who has ever thought about entering, please enter. There is also an episode on this podcast from season 1 with Helena, the Scratch editor, and she will speak about competitions in that episode as well. And she explains, like, you've got nothing to lose and so much to gain, and it's all about entering. So listen to that episode if you haven't already. Finish this one first though, please. And go and have a listen and get her opinion on it as well. She's amazing. And you know, I just think it's a good thing for the industry for people to keep entering and keep showing up for themselves and keep bettering the industry, you know. So keep going if you haven't won. It's not about that. And yeah, exciting. And everyone that I have had the pleasure of seeing who's also a judge, oh my God, cheers to getting the work done. Aren't we absolutely incredible? Isn't it a lot of work? It is a lot of work. I just want you to know that, people listening. But yeah, I can't wait for tonight. It's weird talking about it because it's tonight, but I know you're not listening to this until way, way, way after. But yeah, I hope that it's an amazing evening. Can't wait to see who wins. And yeah, if you're listening to this episode and you're loving it, pop it on your stories for me. Give me a little tag. I always ask for that, as you know. But one of the things also, just to note, is that I have turned on, through the podcast, the whole send us a text thing. So if you do have comments and you do have a question, or you want me to feature you on the next episode or answer a question for you, click the button that says send us a text at the top of the episode description, and I'll be able to see that and I'll be able to reply to you in another episode. How cool is that? How blooming cool is that? And there's another thing as well. If you love the podcast and you want to support the podcast, because obviously your girl is here every week giving you new episodes, and it is a job and a half, right? There is a way for you to now support the pod. I've turned that on as well. So if you wanted to buy me a coffee or support the pod, there's literally an option now to do that. And I think it's as little as like $3 a month or something like that. If you wanted to be a supporter of the pod ongoing, go for it. I'd love you forever if you do that. So yeah, I think we're going to have a great night tonight. And I can't wait to hear everybody's thoughts on this episode as to me opening up about what it's like to judge. I hope it's been helpful. Hope it's been insightful. As I mentioned, it is something I've been asked to do. So I thought, why not do it on the day that I'm going to the party? So this will be out a little while later. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Drop into my DMs if there's anything else you want me to let you know about. Send us the text and support the pod. Leave a review. If you can't support got to put my teeth back in. If you can't support the pod, leave us a review and press the follow button, please, on whatever app you're listening on, because that helps more than you know as well for me to get this in front of more people. I will love you forever if you do that. In fact, I love you forever anyway. I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you on the next one.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained valuable insights that will help you in your beauty business and life. If you did, please take a screenshot and tag me in your stories. If you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me on any of my socials. The links are always in the descriptions. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback helps us improve and bring you more and more great content. Until next time, keep building that business.